Hi, my name is Pete Hahn, and thank you for watching this tutorial video. Be sure to visit www.hahn-tech.com for the full library of video tutorials. I hope this video increases your knowledge and helps you become more efficient with this topic, whether for home or work. Please support this channel by sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Hi guys, welcome to the video. In this video I'm going to be showing you our Q&A forum on the website. My goal for this video is to answer some questions, some common questions that we receive from our visitors about the Q&A forum. Questions such as, how do I log into the forum? How do I post on the forum? How do I search for something on the forum? We're going to be covering all of that and more, so by the time you are done with this video, you should feel comfortable logging into the forum, being able to search for things that meet your interest, as well as navigate through the various topics. Along the way, I'll be showing you some examples of posts that have already been entered in the Q&A forum with answers that I've provided. And of course, anyone else is allowed to provide answers as well. I don't have to be the only one providing answers. This is for you guys, and so you can participate in any way that you feel equipped. So while we're examining those example posts, what I'll do is I'll point out what makes a really good post. Because a really good post is going to help you to get the exact solution that you're looking for. But it's also going to provide solution for others. Remember, you're not the only one that has this question. So being able to enter a really good post will benefit you, but it will also benefit the rest of our viewing audience. And so while we're reviewing some of these example posts, I'll be pointing out those qualities that make a post very effective at communicating and providing all of the details needed so that I can provide an accurate solution. Okay, so let's dig in and get started. I've got a graph that I want to show you to begin with so you understand when the Q&A forum was initiated. This is November of 2016 at the far left of this bar graph. And you can see that over that period of time there has been some peaks and valleys, but overall we have a definite uptrend in the number of posts that have been entered. And I'll give you the grand total, which does not appear here on the graph, but the grand total as of the time this video is published is 600 posts. So we've already answered over 600 questions in the Q&A forum. It's a wealth of knowledge and information that you should be taking advantage of. I've only published, for example, about 70 videos up until now on YouTube, but if you go to the Q&A forum on our website, you've got so much more resources available. And if you don't find what you're looking for in the Q&A forum, then you just simply post a new question. How great is that? Okay, let's see. Let me grab the next item that I wanted to show you, and that is the website. And you can see I've got 5 different tabs open on this web browser here. And this is the Q&A forum. You can get to the Q&A forum through the menu at the top of the screen. You can see the first menu option is Home, the second one is Q&A forum. When you click on the Q&A forum from the menu, this is the screen that you will see. Now notice there is an acknowledgement here required that you accept the conditions, and we provide a link for those terms and conditions right here. And basically our terms and conditions are that we don't disclose proprietary indicators from other authors. Anything posted here on the Q&A forum is expected to be free of copyright or intellectual property laws and open source and available to the public. And some of the other items you'll find in the terms and conditions dictate that we are not responsible for any profits or losses based upon anybody's active trading for any of the tools that are provided here in the Q&A forum. And you can know for certain that none of us are qualified for providing you investment recommendations of any kind whatsoever. So you will be required to accept the terms, and once you do so, that will open your access to the Q&A forum. So the first thing I want to show you is how to go ahead and log into the forum, because until you log in you will not be able to post. You can view items in the Q&A forum without logging in, but in order to post a new question or post an answer or add a comment to a question, those are 3 different types of activities that you can do after you log in. So it's very important that you notice over here in the left hand sidebar that we have log in to post questions or answers. And the way we handle logins to the Q&A forum is through social media accounts. Now, why do we do that? I'll answer that very quickly because some may ask why we do it this way. It accomplishes two main things. One is it reduces drastically the amount of spam that we would, in fact, I've never seen spam posted in the Q&A forum since its inception. Now, since I've said that in a public video, we might get some spam. But suffice to say that this is a very effective way of eliminating or reducing spam content from a Q&A forum. The other very important reason that's most important to me is that we don't store username password pairs on the website. You get a username and it's not tied to a password. In other words, you don't register with our website and we don't keep a record of your password on the website. If anybody hacks our website, the best they can get is your name that you used with your social media account and the address. That's it. They can't get access to a username because the social login creates a firewall to that. Okay, so you understand? So I'm going to go ahead and log in using my Google Plus account. And all I have to do is select one. I'm already logged in on this web browser, so all I have got to do is select one. And you notice that when I did that, there were also a privacy policy and terms of service link right here at the bottom of that text. Okay, so now you see that some things have changed. One, the social login widget in the left-hand sidebar is gone. The other change you'll see is that at the very top of the menu, you have a new menu called User Settings. So you can get to your profile, you can get to your questions, and you can log out all through this menu right here in the upper left corner. We'll go through that in detail later on in the video, but for now I just wanted to give you a brief overview. So what do we have here? We have a list of questions, and the questions are for all categories. You can see here that you can filter by topic using this menu, and you would use that if, for instance, you wanted to do a search. We're going to show you how to search in a little bit here. But again, I want to give you the broad overview so you understand how to navigate the Q&A forum. Another way that you can select different categories to view in the forum is from the left-hand menu. And so you can see here that from the forum topic list, we've got FAQs, alerts and notifications, Scottrade migration. Yes, it's not all about Thinkorswim. I'm branching out and broadening our scope here so that we can provide answers for more than just one platform in our website. So you can see here we've got Thinkorswim chart studies, Thinkorswim forum strategy guide, Thinkorswim scans. If you've been watching any of our videos on the YouTube channel, you'll recognize these categories from our videos. We categorize our videos in this way. Also notice that we have a section here for Sierra Chart and for TradeStation. Right now those are just individual topics of themselves. There's only a couple of posts there, and at some point in the future, as the number of posts increase, we'll split those out into individual topics of their own. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to point out here is that I currently have the sort method sent to most views. Do you see this section right here? You've got newest, so you can sort them by newest, hottest, most votes, and most views. And so right now I've got it set to most views because these are the ones that are coming up on the Google search. Okay, so believe it or not, what's happening is people are searching Google and finding posts in the Q&A forum that you guys have contributed to. You understand how powerful that is, because now what's going to happen is people who are looking for a solution doing a Google search are very likely to find one of your posts while they're searching and not even realize that we've got this incredible resource here. But boy, wait till they see it. So you can see here this one at the top has got 3,470 views. And that was asked 1 year ago, and this is probably something, yeah, I put this in. This is part of the FAQs. So I did the FAQs as one of the first steps in creating the Q&A forum because I wanted to make sure that we had a resource to go to for frequently asked questions about the website and how to navigate. Okay, so that's one way that you can view the content in the Q&A forum. If you wanted to sort by newest, you just click on newest and you can see the page refreshes. You can see here the views, the number of views is much lower, but these are the most recent posts on the Q&A forum. Okay, now down at the very bottom, this is where you would ask a question. So whenever you see this box down here and you see this title, Ask a Question, this is where you post a new question to the Q&A forum. And enter your basic question. So this is to be between 5 and 8 words, I would recommend. There should be enough words to describe the context of your question, but you should avoid using words like how to scan, how to create. Those are words that are really redundant because after all, you're in a Q&A forum asking a question how to do something. So try to avoid using words that are redundant and don't add anything to the context of the question, and make sure you focus on using words that really describe your question. And then this is how you go ahead and enter the details down here in this little section. You go ahead and enter the details, and you can format your text. If you're familiar with any of these tools here, you can do bullet points, you can do bold, you can do italics. There's lots of different options here for you to format your questions so that you can draw the emphasis around those items that you want to point out. Also, it's very important that you can choose files to add to your post. As I said earlier in the video, adding a screenshot with some drawings showing exactly what you're looking for on the chart or whatever part of the platform you're asking about, that picture can express so much more clearly exactly what you're trying to do. And we also have allowed file types, so be sure and review that list. Those are extensions. So we can use a .ts, that's our study files. We can use a .txt, that's a plain text file. We support JPEG and PNG and TIFF and PDFs, and we also support Excel documents. Max file size is 1 megabyte. And also here, very important, I skipped by this as I was looking at other things, but you can add tags. If you're familiar with tags, tags are how someone might build a category around. Let's say you have a tag based upon TTM trend, so that might be one tag, and that means anybody searching for the TTM trend in the Q&A forum, having that tag on your post is going to increase its likelihood of appearing in the search results. And then also very important, you want to make sure you choose a category. Please don't pick frequently asked questions. People will do that, but if you really don't know which of these topics best fits the context, the topic of your question, go ahead, throw it in frequently asked questions, and I'll just go ahead and move it to whichever one is most appropriate. And I may even create a brand new one because maybe the topic that you're trying to post to isn't listed here, okay, because it doesn't exist. And then once you're done, you can check this box to send you email updates. Okay, so if you want to be informed when I respond to your post or when somebody else posts a comment or provides an answer, then you will get an email notification. And then when you're done, you just go ahead and add a question. Now, I wanted to give you a brief overview. Later on in the video, we'll actually show you step by step. I'll put in an example post step by step and go through the whole process so you get all the details. Again, this is just the overview, and then we're going to get into a little more detail. So let's go ahead and review some of the posts that I selected as the cream of the crop, and we'll start to explain some of the qualities, some of the properties that contribute to a post being one of the cream of the crop. Oops, oh yeah, before we get into showing you the example posts, let's go ahead and review the user settings. Remember, after I showed you how to log into the Q&A forum, I pointed out that there's a change in the upper left-hand corner, and you can see that you have user settings now available after logging in. So what we have then is we have a profile, we have questions, and we have log out. So let's briefly go through each one of those. It's not going to take a lot of time, and then we'll get into the example posts. So I'll go ahead and click on Profile. You can see that we have access to information about me because I'm the person that's logged in. Now this is information that came along with my login, and what I added to my profile is I added my website, I added my location, as well as my occupation. Now, how would you add that to your own? You see, when you log in for the first time, it creates a profile, but it only contains your name that it pulls from the social login, and it contains the email address that you used with your social login. If you wanted to go ahead and update your information, you click Edit. And now you can go ahead and edit the contents of your profile. So we won't need to make any changes there. Well, we can change the profile photo and change the cover image. There's lots of different customizations that you can do here. So let's go ahead and look at questions. That's the other thing available from your profile view. Now notice in the user settings in the upper left hand corner, the menu changed and it's highlighting now the word questions instead of profile. So we started off viewing our profile. Within our profile we have a link to view questions, so you can get there two different ways. If you want to view your existing questions that you've posted already, you can get there through the profile and then click questions, or you can just click questions under user settings. You can see here that I've got all of the questions that I've asked on the Q&A forum, and most of the questions that I've asked were generated through the frequently asked questions. And I've got a few that I did just as, for example, testing things out. But most of those should have been cleaned up. If you run across one, let me know. And the last item in the user settings is log out. I'm not going to go ahead and click that right now because I'm going to finish up the rest of the video. But you can log out when you're done using the forum and then log back in when you come back. Just make sure you use the same social login as you did the first time. Otherwise, it will create a different username on the website and you won't be able to view the questions you posted previously until you log out and log back in using the original social media account. Did you follow that? So if you log in for the first time using your Facebook account, make sure you use that Facebook account all the time when you log into the Q&A forum. If instead you used your LinkedIn profile for the first time you logged into the Q&A forum, just make sure that every time you log in afterwards that you're always using the LinkedIn or whatever it is that you used originally. Okay, so let's go ahead and review the previous posts that I wanted to show you. Okay, and this one is titled Scan for Stocks Trending Downward. I'm going to accept those terms here. And here we have, they've got a nice little greeting there. Happy Father's Day. Just happened to be sometime around mid-June there. And they went ahead and entered the context of their question. Okay, so you've got a question title up here. What did I say it should be? Between 5 and 8 words. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. And it should clearly describe the context of the question. Now, he's posting in the stock scanners topic, and he's used the phrase scan for. Well, we don't really need that, but what else are you going to put there? You could say find stocks trending downward. It's in the stock scanners category, so we assume the person is asking for a scan. But we also confirm that when we read the description that they provide here. So you notice they've even provided some example code. Guys, even if you're a novice, if you're trying to learn how to write ThinkScript, I encourage you to go ahead and post your code even if it doesn't work. Just go ahead and post it and it will help me. I'll actually take the time to diagnose your code as I've done for this person here. As you'll see later on, we'll scroll down here. Now, I want to point out a couple of other things, that you have some share buttons here. So if that question is something that you think about this question and you think, oh, I know my friend Joe the trader or Jan the trader, they also have this question. I'm going to go ahead and share this with them. That's what those share buttons are for. Now you can see down here, these are comments that have been added to the question. Okay, this comment was posted by me. And usually what I'll do is, if you haven't provided all the details, I'll post a comment under the question asking for more details, and then here's the person that posted, go ahead and responding, providing those additional details. Okay, so then here's the question. I'm not going to go through the entire question. You can go ahead and visit our website and check this out for yourself. Notice what I've done here is I've explained to that person, I've taken their code and I've broken it down piece by piece and explained where they went wrong and provided the solution step by step. Now, I don't go to this extent for everyone, only those people that provide their code and are asking for help. So if you just post a request and you don't provide any code or anything else, or you don't actually specifically state that you're trying to learn, my response will be much briefer. Okay, I'll just write the code up, post it, and then give you a screenshot if needed. So notice here I've also provided a screenshot along with my answer. Okay, and then they had something else to respond to. I love getting comments like this, by the way. It's just great. It really helps me to understand that I'm hitting my mark. Let's go ahead and this one has been marked resolved, so there aren't any links here to provide additional comments. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, and we'll go ahead and accept these terms. Again, like I said, you won't see that every time, and what we'll do is we'll refresh the page, and when I refresh the page, it will recognize that I'm already logged into the Q&A forum, and notice that the login widget has disappeared. I've got the menu for user settings in the upper left, and lo and behold, what has that done? It's added the links for comments. So now I'm able to go ahead and add a comment. I can follow this post if I want, and if you go down here to the bottom of the answer, you can also add a comment. So notice here that you can add a comment to the question if you've got a comment about the question or want to provide some additional information. And then you've got here also the ability to add comments to the answer itself. So it depends on the context of what you're, if you got another question, you say, well, yeah, that works great, but can you change the color from this to that? Then you would add that using the add comment. Now, post your answer, very important. Post your answer is at the very bottom of every post. You will see this post your answer box. Now, this is strictly for answers. Don't use this, for instance, to ask another question or ask for clarification or provide additional details. That's not what this is for. This is for answers and answers only. If you're not providing an answer, don't use this box, okay? And instead what you would do is you'd use the link for adding a new comment. You see I clicked on that, it opened up a text box, and I've got up to 6,000 characters that I can enter to go ahead and add a comment. So don't use post your answer unless you're providing an answer. I know I've repeated that several times, but it's important. So let's go ahead and look at the quality of this post. How to plot scan. Okay, so we've got a lot of redundancy right here because we are in the stock scanners topic. So there's a lot of redundancy there. And what you really could have reduced this down to is this section right here. Current bar is X% greater or lesser than previous bar. Okay, so if you're going to write the best post, this one is not the best. It's okay. And what you want to do is you want to keep the title of your question down to 5 to 8 words and make sure it doesn't contain any redundant words, and then you want to provide as much detail here as possible. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. And I won't bother refreshing the page here to make the login widget disappear. Suffice it to say, you understand that when I loaded this page it wasn't logged in. So what have we got here? Add label for 2 different EMA crossover. That's perfect. Look at that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, and it's very clear, to the point, and doesn't have any redundancy at all. It was posted in the chart studies topic, and a label is what we can add to a chart in the upper left hand corner, and they provide these details here. Okay, and then I provide the answer. Now if you wanted to go ahead and share this, like I said, you got the share buttons, but what else do we have here? We've got the ability to vote answers up or down. Okay, since there's no votes for this answer, I'm going to go ahead and, since I'm logged in, I've got to refresh this page. So let me refresh this page, because that way it will recognize that I'm logged in. You can only vote for questions and answers if you are logged in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that button, and it's going to change that 0 to 1. And this is very beneficial, because if you find an answer to a post that really answered your question and answered the question of the original post, then be sure to use that vote button, because that's going to help other people when they're viewing. Remember, at the beginning of the video you saw that you had that as one of your sort options, number of votes. Now, unfortunately, people in the trading community aren't very familiar with forums. I have to say, I almost laugh when I say that. It's, posting in a forum seems to be kind of a foreign thing for folks that are stock traders. I don't understand that. I use forums all the time, but I'm a techie. I'm always using forums like Stack Overflow and trying to make sure that I configure my posts in a way that elicits the best response and the most accurate answer. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the next one, and we'll accept the terms here. And again, like I said, you've got how to create. That's kind of one of the things you want to avoid, is how to create. And it occurs to me, I did say that these were cream of the crop. Well, they're not, but they're great examples that allow me to help you understand how to write a great post that is cream of the crop. So you want to avoid this right here, how to create. Hey, we're on a Q&A forum. That's what this is all about. How to is this is it. We're all about how to here. You don't need to put that there. You're in a watch list topic, okay? You don't need to put watch list columns. Again, that's redundant. Because why? Because of the context of the topic it's written in, okay? So really all that you need is, let's see, output phrases based on stock indicators. That's really all you need for a title of this question. And we'll go ahead and scroll down here, and we can see we've got the details. And this person, for instance, they want to refer to me by my last name. I don't understand that. My name is Pete Hahn, and some people call me Pete, some people call me Mr. Pete. I've got tons and tons of nicknames, and I answer to all of them. It doesn't matter, even if you use my last name, it's okay. But I find it strange that so many people refer to me by my last name. Maybe that's because of the company name, Hahn-Tech. I don't know. But anyhow, I've diverged from the topic, haven't I? So this is the rest of the post. This is the answer that I provide, as well as the screenshot. Now look at this. This is why I chose this one here. You can see as I zoom in, this was the solution we provided. Remember, the question was how to dynamically set the text and color of a custom watch list based upon an indicator. So that's what we've done here, and you can see that we provided a screenshot that shows exactly what it's supposed to look like. And all you've got to do is select and copy and paste all of that code into your custom watch list. Boom, you're up and running. Okay, so those are the 4 posts that I wanted to demonstrate. The next section of the video, I'm going to actually show you how to enter a post. So we're going to go back to the first tab, and we're actually going to enter a post, and I'm going to show you that step by step. So let's just jump right in there. Remember that at the very bottom of the list of questions is the Ask a Question dialog. So that's where we go to ask a new question. Now let me show you something, because what's going to happen is you're actually going to be navigating your way around, and let's just say we're in the, we'll go to alerts and notifications, okay? And that's going to be a list of questions only about that topic, alerts and notifications. Okay, notice the question search box changes so that you don't get to select a category. It's just focused on alerts and notification. Now if you enter a search term, like TTM trend is a very popular request that we get here. So we'll go ahead and enter that and press enter. And you see now the search box is actually changed so that we can look for different topics. Okay, so right now we're looking at all questions, and if we want to look at only alerts and notifications, then we have to select that. Okay, and now we're looking at TTM trend only for the alerts and notification topic. And notice that once we are in a particular topic, let's say we go back to alerts and notifications, we go down to the bottom of that topic and we have our Ask a Question dialog. So those are really the only 2 places that you're going to find Ask a Question, is either at the very top of the Q&A forum. I'm going to click that from the very top menu here, and at this level all we have are a list of topics. If we want to go ahead and post a question, then we're going to have to select one of these topics, and that will open up the list of questions, and we can scroll down to the very bottom, and here is the question. Now, I'm not going to create a cream of the crop post. What I'm going to show you is the simple mechanics of creating a post. Okay, so I'm going to enter something here. I'm going to type in some sample text here. Okay, and again, this is not a cream of the crop question here. You separate tags with a comma, and if you want to choose a file, you can go ahead and drag and drop files here, or you can choose a file. And then if you want to get updates, then you go ahead and check that box to get updates. And again, this is not a cream of the crop top quality post that I'm showing you here. This is just showing you the basics of how to enter a post. It really is this simple. Okay, the hard part is you've got to define in your own language, in your own terms, exactly what you're trying to find, and you've got to do so in a way that is clear and concise and provides all the details. And you've got to make sure that the question title has the right context. In other words, captures your entire context of your question. And then you simply click the button, Add a Question. Now what happens is that question automatically gets added to the topic that we were already navigating to. Okay, so we had navigated to alerts and notifications. So at the bottom of that list of questions for that topic, you found the Ask a Question box, and now that question that you posted appears under that topic. Okay, if you wanted it to appear under a different topic, then you would need to post your answer in a different topic. Okay guys, that's all I've got to show you. I hope this was very informative and helps you to understand how to get the most out of this Q&A forum. There's a ton of great stuff in here, as I said, a knowledge base of tremendous wealth for traders of various platforms, and I'm very glad that you stuck around through the video to get all the details and all of your questions answered. Any that were not answered in this video, how about you post a question in the Q&A forum? At any rate, I look forward to seeing you guys in the Q&A forum. I really enjoy helping people. I love helping people, and this Q&A forum gives me that avenue, and I get to earn a living from it as well. It's really terrific for both of us. It's great for you and it's great for me, and I'm very, very grateful to be able to reach you guys as an audience and provide you the tools and the resources and the training that you find so very useful and valuable. I love the feedback. I love your participation. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this tutorial video. Be sure to visit www.hahn-tech.com for the full library of tutorials. I hope this video increases your knowledge and helps you become more efficient with this topic, whether for home or work. Please support this channel by sharing these videos with your friends and colleagues. Thanks, and take care.